What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Marcel Desailly Moments 92. You're tired of coming up against teams that want to rip your hair out every single day. Make sure you check u7buy.com for the most reliable and cheapest coins on the market. And at checkout, make sure you hit that JT11 for 5% off your order, and hopefully you have a good day. So in today's video, we have got the French centre-back that is Desailly, a monster of a centre-back that should do very well. He's actually coming into the market at 160 at the moment, 180 on the PS and 238 on the PC. Should be a very interesting card. He's got the SBCs coming in at 180 pretty much across the board, 170 to 190 on average. He is only 4 SBCs, so 2 SBCs are teams and the 2 others are obviously bronze and silver. We've got an 84 and an 86. It should be relatively easy, to be honest. Again, very much like Rivaldo, like Torres, we don't have really much else options in terms of icons at the moment, but we have so many special cards, it's unreal. We have centre-backs literally coming out of everywhere. Maldini's already an SBC. We've had Varane, Marquinhos' team of the season, Militao. The list goes on and on for these centre-backs. Honestly, should be very interesting to see how this guy shapes up. Normally, this guy is actually really nice as a card. Just whether having him at this point in the game is going to be an interesting one. Normally solid, 6'1" with a medium high, right-footed with a 2-star and a 3-star. We have got power header and solid player as the 2 traits. Pace-wise, a little bit lacking for this point of the game now. I feel like most defenders really that we've been given in the past about 5 to 6 weeks have normally had closer to 90, if not above. Still got very good defending and physicals, agility and balance a little bit lower, good reactions, solid composure, and a little bit of passing. So we will have a look at Desailly. We'll then compare him to other centre-backs around the same sort of price. But I don't think it's fair going with like the likes of Maldini and other players, because I just think the value of the card has to represent kind of what you're looking at. If you're comparing him, it'd be like comparing, for instance, a Ginola to Player of the Month, Ben Yedder. The price is absolutely massive difference, whereas we know Ginola should be worth it. Same with Desailly. If we have a look compared to a Maldini SBC, if we have a look for Team of the Season Virgil, I don't know the prices of them all, but there's got to be that sort of price, that pinch point as such. But the card's looking good. Let's jump into the match and see what Desailly can do. Desailly watching. Should be very good on the tackle. Cantona with an absolute rocket. Desailly, so far, getting in that position. It's what we want to see. Heading-wise, should be absolutely elite. Normally very, very good there. Desailly, big challenge. Absolute brick wall of a tackle. Desailly stretching his legs. Little one into Mbappe, and that is sometimes where defenders just want to stay as defenders. Good tackle from Desailly. It's gone very quiet in this match. Not really much coming down his side, so you can't help it. But definitely nice to know that he's still there. This is where the pace element really kicks in, as you can see. He's going to still chase Aubameyang. He's gone for the turn. Virgil's in the way as well. Oh, that's just unfortunate. Desailly with a monster challenge. Desailly gets the interception. Doesn't manage to get it out of his feet, though. That's a bit worrying. Desailly getting in the way of that one. That's what we want to see. I think Desailly and obviously Virgil are making a very good pair. Both very physical and demanding centre-backs with incredible amounts of strength. Obviously Virgil is just meta in his own right, which is always nice. As Insigne looks for the chip here. It's going long, but the keeper's definitely got that. Should have took it a little bit closer as Lozano picks it up nicely here. Lozano all the way. Fresh sub outside of the foot. Thank you very much, and that's the game. Pretty much sealed. But Virgil and Desailly definitely are the two I would actually put together more, just because if Desailly doesn't necessarily feel his kind of pace, obviously 85 with the shadow is still 95, definitely something not to knock in any means, but definitely what you can see a lot of centre-backs is the 90 plus all the way up to 99 on absolutely everything. But Desailly comes in with the absolute tackle, and gives the ball away, and luckily Alisson is on top form today, but Desailly always brings the physical defending side, whereas I think Virgil, even though a bit bigger, like the physical side of him still massive, he still has that pace as well, but I think they complement each other a lot better than, say, somebody maybe like someone like Marquinhos. I think Kimpembe would be a nice one as well if you was to get any high-rated version of him, but also I feel like you're looking at someone like a Maldini also, somebody with the kind of whole package would work really, really well. Desailly gets the tackle, gets the seconds. That's what you want from your centre-back. Desailly with a tall order. Carlos Alberto's got him covered. Defence working like an absolute oiled machine at this point. Desailly need the physical. Beautiful. Sets it up for Virgil just to knock it out the park. That, again, is solid defending. Still as good as I remember him, to be honest. Desailly with the block. Him and Virgil, definitely a partnership made in heaven there. Desailly with the head. Wins it. Doesn't necessarily get it away. Oh, good save from Alisson. So going into the overall for Desailly then. Honestly, does well. Very, very well. Like I say, the big thing will be the comparisons to who everybody's got already. Is he an upgrade, or is he just now a fodder player or somebody in the collection? 178k, the SBC itself, not that bad. All you've got is the bronze and silver, which is a standard. You then also have the 84 and the 86. No team of the seasons, no team of the weeks required. Pretty standard stuff. So the interesting part, so he's coming in at a whopping 180 on an SBC. In terms of centre-backs then, let's have a look and see the price of these centre-backs, because I can't imagine them to be massively expensive. So if we go all the way up, obviously these high-rated ones, he's an SBC, Carl Walker's just come out or been out a week. Gomez Ramos was an SBC. Maldini's a standard. So as we get into it now, we're seeing where everybody's sitting at. Militao's coming in at 244. We've obviously got a base? No, that's a mid Maldini at 239. We've got Chiellini, who was an SBC at 226. Kalulu 220. If we go a bit further down to the 180 mark-ish, we actually have Virgil at just shy of 200, which is very nice. And that's probably the point. If you've got, or if you've not got a Virgil, I would much rather go and spend 200k and go and get a Virgil than completing Desailly. Yes, arguments he is cheaper and you do get a couple of packs back, but I think the standard of Virgil is where it's at. That, if you look at the difference between them, 87 pace, so again, not necessarily a massive amount of difference, but 98 defending and 94 physicals compared to 93 and 92. Again, not necessarily massive amounts of difference, but at the top level of 92 to 99 rating, you are looking at their minuscule differences and then looking at body types, how they move. Are they naturally a very good centre-back, or do you have to keep moving them out of position? With the biggest SBC, I don't know if he's actually an SBC still, is going to be Chiellini. He's there until the 19th of the 7th, so you've got 8 more days to get him done. This card is absolutely fantastic if you are looking for a centre-back. 132k, you can't argue with him. So then, kind of comparing him to Desailly, 91 pace, 98 defending, 96 physicals. It's just head and shoulders above what you can get for cheaper. So again, this is where the argument of these sorts of cards coming out now is a little bit late. And yes, you sometimes can argue, can they get them all out in time? Or it depends on how many SBCs they plan on doing. But I think for me, Desailly probably should have been one of the first ones. And if we got something like a cheaper Maldini right now, that's where I think you could have argued a little bit more. Some people really love Maldini. I think he's probably still the best centre-back on the game in terms of the whole package for a defender. But again, there is a lot of top-end centre-backs this year in Virgil, Militao, Marquinhos. Kimpembe would have been if he managed to get a shapeshifter centre-back, but obviously that is the whole point of shapeshifter. But Maldini is still well in his right to be in a picture with them lot. So maybe changing the Desailly to come first and then Maldini might have been the argument. But again, we could have said, oh, we've got this centre-back now, but unfortunately it's too late. So again, you'll never really please when you bring out a card. I'm just glad that they're actually bringing out icon SBCs, to be honest. So I think overall wise, Desailly is definitely coming in at a high rating. I think with the centre backs we've got now, I'd be definitely looking at around about a 9.5. but I don't think now I could go any more. Maybe 2 months ago, we could have definitely said a 10, but I think the standard of centre-backs have definitely changed. Not saying that he's not worth putting in your team. If you like Desailly, he's not going to hinder your team. Like if you have somebody like a Noble, a solid card, they've given him a cracking upgrade, but he's not going to compare to other centre mids. I think Desailly is still up there in his rights as a very good centre back, but he's not necessarily the top end centre back that you're wanting, if you know what I mean. But I think a solid card. The SBC is nice and cheap at the very least. We will be doing him for fodder at some point, more than likely during summer swaps when we get all of the cards back in packs, and then obviously we can do a lot of them SBCs with some 95 dupes, which hopefully is coming around very soon, because that is probably the best time of the year at this point, especially with the new game on the horizon. So if you did enjoy this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more content. There will be a video posted on the left hand side of the screen, so if you want to have a look at that, I'll probably put it as another icon that you can complete. So let me know down below what you think. Probably Rivaldo as well, actually. Let me know what you think. Make sure you like and subscribe. Peace.